Hear me. You cannot hear me. Can you hear me now? Thank you so much. Oh, Tiff, thank you. There's no sound. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Oh. Um. Gosh, I can hear me. Hey, hey everyone. I do apologize for my tardiness. You know, I am on time normally. I was in my head though, trying to do this look. I like this though. This was something different. On the lips and the peacock, because I love a peacock. I know, I'm sorry. I am so very sorry. But hey, I will. I will. Actually, I did check it, but I was getting ready, some meditation, stuff like that. But I will get back to you, Indy. Sorry, side combo. Hey, Eden. Listen, keep going. Peacock on the scene. Woo, woo. What is it? Okay, so like I'm dressed like a male peacock, but the female peacocks to me have the best lives because they don't have to get dressed up. They don't have to prove themselves. They just sit back and watch these male peacocks do the dance, right? Do the beautiful little fanning with their tails. It's gorgeous. I love peacocks, and they do this dance, and they're so cocky, which is why they're peacocks, just like a cock, chicken cock, like a they're cocky too, and it's so funny. And these girl peacocks are like, look at Jamal. He's so funny. Yeah, he wants to get some, but and they got big booties. Girl peacocks got some big booties. They thick, bam. So them thank you, Pooh. Them male peacocks like, hey now. We about to get it in. Anyways, how's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing tonight? I love me a peacock. I do. Oh gosh. Okay. So let's get started with lately I had the strangest feeling. That is what my cycle is singing to me, just FYI. If you know, you know. Lately, I have been getting my flowers. And it is very difficult for me until recently to accept flowers, to accept compliments. And for those of you who don't understand what giving flowers is, it's getting well-deserved praise, compliments, whatever the case, being thankful. And 3 back-to-back different meetings, sessions, events, I have been put on display unbeknownst to me. This wasn't planned, and to the point where I was like, okay, that's enough. Like I had to tell someone at one event, like, that's enough. Because it wasn't about me, but they were so thankful to me for doing the work that I did. So it is teaching me a lesson about the appreciation and how can I give appreciation or give someone else their flowers if I don't receive my own, right? That giving and receiving vortex. So I thank everyone who has given me those beautiful compliments and everything. And yeah, good stuff here. Oh my gosh. This week, I've had so many thoughts. Why isn't this moving? So many thoughts with so much. And I am not a news watcher. I don't watch the news. But you don't even need to watch the news because social media will tell you everything you need to know. And if social media doesn't tell you, somebody you know is going to tell you what you need to know, right? And I was like, I'm only spend a half hour on this, maybe 20 minutes, because I don't want to keep the fear going, right? Because that's what it is. It's all fear. And then things just kept happening, and a song popped in my head, a good old gospel song. And the song is called Order My Steps. Order my steps in your word. Order my steps in your word. Okay, remember, order my steps. And I started to think about, do people really want their steps ordered? Do we really want our steps ordered, or do we want to take command of our own steps? Because our steps, all of us, right? If this is what we believe in, right? Order my steps in your word. That means every single one of us, our steps are being ordered. Voila! And we arrived right here to where our steps have been ordered to, right? Literally where, as Cat Williams said, people went to sleep and woke up without a gender. Literally of people that applied for jobs at government facilities and, well, can't work them. Literally where people were coming to be saved, and now they have to go back. However you feel about it, right? However you feel about it. Whether you agree, disagree, doesn't really matter. It's happening, right? It's happening. And another song popped in my head because I'm like, we sing I don't know. Okay, so sometimes I get sermons in my head, and these sermons bring in selections just like church. So order my steps with the prayer. I was like, I really don't know if I want anybody ordering my steps but me. Let me command my steps. Another song came. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well. Is it really well in your soul? And I'm not even talking about recently, right? Because this stuff has been happening forever. Just to a different group. Right? How quick we forget. We were just... I'm talking about them Arabs and Muslims. Anybody remember? 9/11? Let me talk September 11, 2001. Anybody remember that? Oh, them Arabs, Muslims, get them out of here now. Getting beat up. That was a spit ago. Who else have we targeted? Oh yeah, remember the Japanese that they rounded up in concentration camps here? Anybody remember that? I don't remember. I wasn't alive, but it was definitely in the history books. Some people are still alive when that happened. Yeah, it was just in the 40s. Oh. Now, Black Americans have been getting it from Carry the One for, I don't know, a while now, okay, like 500 years. So, and we will get ours again, right? So now it is those people who look like a certain people, right? If you look Central or South American, watch out. If you're Asian, but you tan really good, you can kind of pass for Mexican, watch out. My cousins, all of my cousins except one on my mother's side, everything beautiful. All my cousins are beautiful, okay? But all my cousins are mixed. They are black and white. Beautiful. Except Robert and me. Robert and me. But y'all better watch out. Because y'all can pass for Juanita and them. Let's be real. And don't learn. If y'all are learning Spanish, quit now. Because if you just be like, hola, whoop, taking you in custody. Gone. We're taking you. I thought about because, laws are laws, right? They're the laws. And I know people, well, it's the law. All right, cool. So then the law shifts. So then they move, right? All of the folks, the illegals out. The South American and Central American illegals, right? Because anybody know we have illegal Canadians here? Oh. We don't want to say that, huh? we don't want to admit there's illegal Canadians here. Round them all up, send them back. You remember that movie Canadian Bacon? John Candy? Think Rhea Perlman? Yeah. Man, America and Canada went to war. Round them all up. See, the problem is, though, you can't look at somebody and say, oh, you're Canadian. You know how many illegal Asians are here? So you saw what happened recently in Manhattan. So if anybody's been to Manhattan, there's a beautiful area and it is called Chinatown. Beautiful, amazing. Everything that you want is there. And China had their own police precinct in Chinatown. The country of China had their own police precinct in Chinatown. Now, Chinatown's been around for how daggone long? And they just arrested that man who's running this precinct. They just arrested him. Now, they need to stop. They've been had their own police. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with that. You know how many illegal Polish people are here? Oh. You want me to leave that alone? You know how many illegal Polish people? You know how many illegal Armenians are here? I love me some Armenians. Ooh. But the problem is you can't look at them and say, hey, you're illegal. My mother is light, okay? Now, my mother only knows about 3 to 4 words in Spanish. Quesadilla, quesadilla, hola, taco, and I don't know what other word she knows. Maybe chalupa. They may snatch her up too. Tequila, exactly. Tequila, burrito. That's about it. But, you never know because the way she looks, hey. And we already know that's going to trickle down. So I've already come up with a plan because I may be next. We never know. The rules, the laws can change. Doop, doop, doop. And we can literally go to sleep, wake up, and now we're illegal. Why am I illegal? Because I am a darkie. This reminds me, when I was in school, The kids used to say to me, go back to your country. Now, the funny thing is, one of those children's mother was a refugee from the Czech Republic. So you remember in the 80s when the Czechoslovakia was one country and they had a war and broke up to the Czech Republic and Slovakia, blah, blah, blah. That was happening. So she was a refugee and came here. Her last name ended with a ski, S-K-I. And he was part of this group that told me to go back to my own country. His mom must have drank a lot of vodka when he was in utero. Okay, leave that alone. Yeah, he did. When I lived in the Dominican Republic, it was easy, but a little crazy. A lot of Dominicans saw me as the American black girl. And when they hear the word black, even though I can fit into any South American country, right? Especially Caribbean, black. She's black. No. Okay. Well, I had a pizza restaurant there. And you know, in the movies, when you hear, hold on, let me put this down. No, I just don't think he wants us to be dumb. Hey, Dean. So you know in the movies how, like the war movies, how they have those special ops, the people that go into, the Arabic countries to do or Jason Bourne. Hey, let's say Jason Bourne, the real Jason Bourne. And they erased his identity. He was erased. Those people exist. Now, I don't know if I ever really thought about it like that or gave two blips if these people existed. But going out of the country, you learn these people do exist. And they're not only American. I've met British people, and that's why they're in the DR. They cannot go back to their own country. Americans who cannot return here because their identities were erased. And I almost got a little nervous because I'm talking about this because they didn't tell me anything they weren't supposed to, because they already said I can't. However, this is what I can tell you. And I won't mention any names, but there are so many around the world. And a lot of them are in these G8 nations, right? These nations that have a lot of money. They send their military once they've done their whatever, took out whatever, because that's really what it is. They do what they need to do, and then they cannot return. Okay. Well, one of them, yeah. Yes, girl, I had to grow up with some Caucasian kids in school telling me to go back to my country too. That was a comment here in Facebook. Now, I know, without a doubt, DNA type without a doubt, I can trace it all, at least 1,000 years. Here, my family, my roots. I know for a fact, you swab 98% of these people, and they maybe can go back 3 generations. Maybe. Okay. So getting back to the Dominican Republic. So one of these gentlemen used to come to the pizza shop all the time. And you know who I knew he was crazy? And I'm talking about military crazy. He used to put salt on the pizza. He used to get cheese pizza only, but load it with salt. And I'm like, dang, my stuff isn't that tasty. He's like, no, I need it. I knew he was crazy. So we developed a relationship, a healthy relationship. We would talk. And a lot of people, when they come in my presence and they see and they feel that I am a safe space, so they talk. And this is a trigger alert, folks. Don't hate the messenger. I'm just bringing it. He told me that everyone in the world, don't do it, Tiff. Don't do it. I mean, he would load that. You could see the salt on the pizza. But you know what? I tried it because I was like, he's making that look really good. And it was okay. I didn't load it. I just sprinkled it on. But this man told me everybody in the world that if you're not white, you are an N-word. There are different kinds of N-words. He said, if you're Arabic, you're a sand N-word. If you're African, you're a tree climbing N-word. If you were like Caribbean, like Spanish, Latino, you were a banana eating N-word. The Asians were everybody was an N-word. When people talk to me, I listen. You know, I could have been like, whoa, stop right there. But I wanted to hear this because it was interesting. And it let me in on some secret stuff. And this man didn't just make this up. You know, it wasn't he just made it up and no, he was taught this. So other people think this way. And the dog is barking a lot. The crazy thing is, I really wasn't bothered. I wasn't bothered because he knew his place. First of all, he couldn't go back to the United States because of what he whatever, fulfilled his mission. And it wasn't an Arabic, I want to say it was Iraq. He was in Iraq. He completed his mission and decided to go to a black country to live. So that right there, well, I mean, and you know what? The thing is, I don't even think that he was saying it as like, oh, I'm, you know, I don't want to say that he wasn't saying it derogatory or he had hate toward these people. I don't think he did. He was just saying it as a matter of fact that multiple people believe this and think like this and say this. Because he still kept coming to the restaurant. And I'm black. I'm blackity black, black, black. Black, 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 blackity black, 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 black. I am an American at that, right? You have beautiful people from the continent of Africa, right? What is the continent of Africa? 54 countries, something like that? A ton of countries. Just so you know, FYI, Africa is half of the world. And Africans get a lot of special privilege. You know, I'm saying this because Black Americans are like the gutter of all the darkies in the world. The Americans, I think because we're just mixed and I don't know. But that's something that I experienced. True story. And and the man had a Dominican girlfriend who we were about the same complexion. I find it interesting that so many want to run up in a darkie's or want to feel a big black. Uh-oh. But gosh, it's so amazing. God, are you here? God, are you here? Another song, I Surrender All. I surrender all, surrender all. I surrender all. To who? I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Well, some people feel real left right now. Now, the thing is, though, people felt left 20 years ago when these laws were a little different. So my question is, does this God, this one, this, and I'm saying this God because we're talking about a specific God, does God play sides? This God, right? The God of Abraham, the God of Moses, the God of the pharaohs, right? The God of the Ra, right? Son, which is why we say Amen now. Amen Ra. This God. Does God play sides? What I mean by playing sides, and I'm going to put a gender on him right now. Does this God say when somebody is going to lose and someone's going to win? Does this God say when laws are going to be changed or not? And does this God choose who loses? I don't know. Just questions. Does this God order steps so at times people feel like garbage, and at the same time people are going to feel good? One thing I've learned is humans love to talk about people in a negative way. What year is it in our Lord? It is 2025 in the year of our Lord. In the year 1825, in the year of our Lord, it's very different. Our communication was very different. Okay, I think it was 1825. I'm not sure of the year. But when those folks came over to Ellis Island, right, we had Irish folks, Italians. And FYI history, a lot of Italians went back. They didn't like it here because they were the lowest of the low. Italians were the scum of America at one point, believe it or not. So a lot of them went back. They were treated horribly, like lynchings and everything, type bad. But it was bad for them, right? Catholics praying, the Lord's Prayer and all that. So what's the other one? Doing the Marys, Hail Marys, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Well, some people sure do feel left at this very moment. And those people who are feeling that they are being vindicated, finally, my prayers are being answered. Send them illegals back. Get rid of everything that meant so. The women cannot have abortion. Women cannot control their bodies. Thank you, Jesus. It is done. It is well with my soul right now. But a while ago, those people were feeling the same way. What in the tarnation is happening in here in America? I am American, and I deserve to drink my Budweiser and eat my fish sticks and chicken tenders, no matter where I go. I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to Cancun, and I don't want none of that. If they don't have no Jose Cuervo, I don't want no tequila, and I'm not drinking no beer unless it's Budweiser. I'll maybe mess with a little Michelob, but they better have some Budweiser there. I don't want none of that Das Equis, none of that that other stuff starts with an M, and I don't want a taco. I want my chicken fingers, French fries, barbecue sauce, and Budweiser. Because I'm American, dagnabbit. Okay. Right? So this is all, of course, leading somewhere, right? Is God here? And again, I am talking about a specific God. This God that allows for the Americans to go to Central Africa currently, okay? I'm not talking about long, I'm talking about currently. Have those people over there mine for, hold on, this material that is in every one of our cell phones, our computers, our laptops. I forgot what it's called, Snyderite, Snitchenite, something like that. But it's in the Congo. We have them mining for $1 a month. So we can be comfortable with, so I can do what I'm doing right now. We can do that. But nobody, we don't see it, or nobody's putting it out there. Oh, it doesn't happen. But you talk to anybody from Congo and they will tell you they've seen the big planes. Clinton administration was big on this. And this is why the Clinton term was the best that I've seen in my life. I'm not too old. But it was great. The Clinton, gas was cheap. Food was cheap. I had about 10 jobs at one time. I was working. The economy was good. It was great. Sacrifice though. We were, if you died mining, that's all right. The continent, just so you know how big one country is in Africa. The Democratic Republic of Congo, to get from the East Coast, Kinshasa, all the way to the west, it is a 4-hour flight. From the East Coast here to California, it is a 4-hour flight. And that is in the central of Africa. You got countries to the right, countries to the left, countries to the east, countries to the west. Literally, it's huge. So it doesn't matter if a few of them, they'll just make more babies. It's okay, right? We don't care about that. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. So all of this, which is funny, led me to, of course, La Biblia. And it led me to, in my rabbit hole going down, the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount. And I didn't realize how much came from there. How much actually came from the Sermon on the Mount. Where he talks about divorce, where he talks about being in a what did he say? Preaching on the corner of the street. Like, you don't got to put your business out there. You don't have to let everybody know what you're doing. Like, but that's what you're doing because you waited for the crowds to come. Anyways, yes, the Sermon on the Mount. That was Matthew, I want to say 5-7. I read the whole thing. Like, okay. You know, I love me some Songs of Solomon, though. We humans, when we are born, we are given. Let me back up. Because I heard an interesting story from a UN worker this past weekend. And she talked about when she went to Rwanda. And she was doing work out there, and she went to a hotel, and the hotel had a restaurant. She sat down and her waiter came, and she had a conversation with him and getting to know him. So the first question she asked is, well, when's your birthday? And he looked down really upset and said, I really don't know. You don't know your birthday. Why don't you know your birthday? Well, I was born during the Civil War in Rwanda. My mother, my aunt, the woman line of my family were all raped and killed. So I never knew my birthday. What I choose as my birthday is the day that he got saved. He met Christ and got saved. So that's what he chose as his birthday. So he said that date, but he had no clue what his age was. So I can't say that humans are given, because some humans are given nothing. They just have their life. Us privileged humans are given at birth a religion, a gender, a nationality, and a name. And we spend all of our lives either defending those or fighting against them, whatever way. When we know who we are at the core and know what we represent, and I'm not talking, I'm repping the east side or the west side, I'm repping Connecticut, CT in the house. No. I'm talking about who we are at the core. I know that I am a compassionate person. I am an empathetic person. I am a hilarious person, and I love jokes. I will laugh, yes. And social media is vicious, and they have been eating up these deportations like no one's business. And I'm talking about from both sides. You got Mexicans talking about, oh, I can't wait to get my mother-in-law gone. Yes, she's illegal. This is her address. You got this one little thing. This guy, he was like, oh my God, I got my side chick pregnant, but she's not legal here. Ain't God good? She's going, you know what I'm saying? Like, so even Dora, ICE got Dora, right? Stuff is, I don't care. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And I don't, if I don't laugh, it's going to happen anyways. It's going to happen just like everything else in history has already happened. It's going to happen. I don't know what's to come, right? I don't know if disabled people will be affected, or retirees over 60, or those of us who are close to getting to 60. Over 60 years old, y'all got to do something else because you can't do it here. And maybe that is why the president, hold on now, the president of it's not Eritrea. It is the president of, I'm going to get the country for you, just so you know exactly where to go. Mauritius, Mauritius, is taking retirees for free. All you have to do is get $1,500 a month deposited. You have to open a bank account. You have to get $1,500 a month deposited, and you can live there. You cannot work, though, because they want you to enjoy this beautiful island. Now, this island is small, and it is off the coast of Madagascar, but it's not that small. It looks small because it's off the coast of Madagascar, but it's gorgeous, and it's a mixed culture, a country, gorgeous. Palm trees, resorts, beaches, good food, good music. Oh, I would love it. But their president, CEO, leader, prime minister, whoever he is saying, come here, Americans. Why? Think about that. Just think about that. If you're at that age, why are they saying to come here for free? Like free visas. You know that I'm talking about, you do not have to do anything. All you have to be is older and retired, and you can get there. And I looked it up. I did some research because that is interesting. Imagine if the law changed for over 60-year-olds. Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Because they coming. Can Can we go before 60, right? Right. Right. Thanks, Donnie. Hey. It is gorgeous. And you can go before 60. So I did the research. I was dead serious. I looked into this. You just have to pay and you have to buy a house. So if you're younger than 60, like if you're still working, and it's not much money. Well, it's really not that much money. You have to buy a house that amounts to, I think, $300,000 US dollars. You have to get a 10-year visa first. After that, you live there for 10 years, then you can get the permanent visa or the permanent residency. Extremely easy to work there, but it's gorgeous. And the people there are just beautiful. Anyway, okay, that's enough about Mauritia. Well, thank you. Wait, what'd Julia say? Julia said, yes, she told me to pack my bags. Get ready. I did not, kinda. I was looking at schools. I looked at everything. So for me to go there, I would have to buy a house for about $300,000, and I would have to get a job. But she would be able to do nothing. And they encourage retirees to do nothing. See, here in the States, when you retire, you're really not retired. Unless you've invested well. I know this one lady. She's not that old, but she did very well. And now she's a bootlegger. And if you don't know what a bootlegger is, she makes her own liquor products. Yeah, she sure does. I love her. I want to be, that's my spirit animal. She has done so well. She has a house on what's that? Martha's Vineyard. She has a house here in Atlanta. In the summer, she goes up to Martha's Vineyard and makes her brew. And in the winter, when it gets cold, she comes down here and makes her brew. She gave me some. I ain't lying. She gave me some. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right, back to the... Getting back. So, at your core, who you are matters. Those who are lost, those who don't know who they are, will continuously search and search and search. And then latch onto something, latch onto an identity, latch onto a title, latch onto whatever the case. Like Jonathan, since you're here, I'm going to use you as an example. Jonathan, in one meditation, I hope it's okay if I talk about this, was a witness to something beautiful and miraculous that happened. And that was an archangel came in the presence. So what I gather from that, Jonathan at his core is here to bear witness to what is possible. Has nothing to do with his name, his religion, nothing. Not that he likes to wear Louis Vuitton, or Prada, or looking fly. The essence of who he is to bear witness and to then share it. You see what I'm saying? There is a difference of wanting to latch on. Well, I'm American, and I'm gonna fight till the... Okay. Who are you at your core? If these labels did not come, if this identities, if we didn't have these identity, who would you be and what would you represent? You understand what I'm saying? Now, I've been saying for a little while now that 2025 is coming. Yeah, you want to listen? You know, I don't care. I've been saying 2025 is coming. This is the year of completion. Also, remember, look at your ages as well. If so, always the way that nines work. Divide your age by 9 and see if you get an even, like a number. Like I will be 45. 45 divided by 9 is 5, which means I am in my 9 year, right? If you're 36, if you're 90, 10, 9, if you're 81, 9, 8, 7, 63, 654, 45, 36, any of those, and 27, wait, 9 times 3, yeah, 27. Your 9 year in, you understand? In a 9 year, you're about to feel it in whatever way. So once you know who you are at the core, you can't be moved. I know who I am. I know who I am. It's a song. I know who I am at my core. They may take everything from me, like my name. May take my gender away. It happens, truthfully. And honestly, if we eliminated genders, there'd be no one to control. You understand? Take my religion away. Take it all. Take my... We don't even have birth certificate. Just say that. Well, then who am I? I'm that crazy chubby lady who looking like a peacock. I am that crazy person. Okay, I'm labeling myself as crazy. I am. And that's what it goes down to. At the base, I am. And then fill it in. I am love. I am light. I am milk. I am compassionate. I am that I am. Right? I am the commander. I am the captain of my own ship. I create every day. I choose my destiny. That's where we get our core at. And explore it. Explore it. It is so difficult when we have grown up in this culture, this American culture, because we are conditioned to really like, no, but this is who I am, or conditioned to fight against it. Right? It's either or, like, no, this is who I am. This is who or no, I don't want to be any of that stuff. I am no longer Christian. I am no longer a woman. I am no longer American. I am no longer, age, anything. My name ain't Alexis anymore. That's what we either fight for it or fight against it. But either way, this is the focus. Who are we at our core? And I will tell you, in the end, when our transition happens, it's not going to be, how did you die? How did you transition? Why did you transition? Because I'm going to tell you, the great spirit, this great battery we're plugged into, this God, knows already that we're gonna die. So it's not a question of how or if. We all know we have an end date, period. Okay, that's not the issue. That's not the question of, well, we're all gonna die anyway, so F it, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. So if you knew that, what did you do with the gifts that I gave you? If you already knew that there was an end date, because there is an end date, we all got an end date. We know this. So are you just going to say, well, F it, I'm not doing nothing because we're all going to go anyway? Or, hey, I gave you this gift of music. And whatever way you want to use it, you can use it. You can use your music to call on the Dark Lord, to bring those spirits in, to do all of that. Or you can make music to make love, to bring joy. You can make music to make people dance, right? However you want to use it. But did you use it? I gave you the gift of sight. I gave you that gift. What did you do with it? Well, I'm saying because, whatever was going to happen anyways, and duh. Like, yeah. That's one thing you know. One thing you know is that transition date is going to come. Hey, you have this gift of gab. But I realized that when I was 86 years old and I was too old. Back to earth. Your punishment, back to earth, dagnabbit, and use the gift. Next time you come back as a talk show host. Oh. Y'all know I'm crazy. Oh, hey. Let me get in the comments. So sorry. Why can't I go up? There we go. Hey, boo. I did not tell you, pack it. I didn't. Hold on. I am more than a conqueror. I am that I am. I am the author of my story. I create beyond the conditioning. That part, what did you do with the gifts and talents, time, energy, and resources? Did you just wait to die because you knew it was coming? Did you feel that, well, nothing's in my control anyway, so. But I'll tell you what. If I lift this weight in my right hand only, right? If I do this every day 100 times, what's going to happen? Naturally, my right arm is going to get bigger. And I do nothing here. You remember that movie, Lady in the Water? And that guy was much bigger on his right side than his left side because he only worked out one side. Thank you. Because what we do has results. Period. Oh, busted can you? What we do has results. And I get it. I get it that life sometimes sucks. So sometimes it does seem like, yeah, no matter what we do, this is what's going to happen. No matter what I do, this is what. But the truth is, if I keep lifting this weight with one arm, that arm will get bigger and the other arm will not. It is just that simple. If I walk 2 miles every day, something's going to happen. It's not just what it is, what it is, what it is. Results will happen. That is just the way it is. Okay, I'm going to go the other way. If I decide to start drinking every day, the results will show. And I'm talking about drinking that liquor, drinking that yak. The results will show. Period. Excuse me. Sorry for the close-up. I was getting the tea. So we're going to close. But I want you to remember who you are at the core. And if you don't know who you are at your core, do the work. There is a show that somebody keeps sending me, Kevon. Kendra G, a dating show, and we were talking about it. And I always present a question. So when I work with people and maybe they're having some difficulties, maybe finding love or whatever the case. And she asked this woman, would you date yourself? And the woman said no. That's actually really good that she knows that she wouldn't date herself. So I would ask that question too, but I would go a little bit further. Not only would you date yourself, would you date your past trauma? Would you date your unhealed trauma? Would you date your anger? Would you date your depression? Would you date your mental health issues? And that you have to pick yourself apart. So that's a good way to get to the core of who you are. Pick yourself apart. Like, well, I don't think I would be in a relationship with that person. I may hit them up for a little quickie. We can be real about that, right? I may, hit you, I may take you to dinner, but that's it. I wouldn't do anything serious with you. And it's okay because you're only doing this with yourself. It's not like you have to tell the world what your questions are or your answers are. But what it does is now point out, well, what can I work on? And it doesn't have to be for dating purposes. It could be for anything. Well, what can I work on? Would I date that little girl who's not healed yet? The little girl who has to be perfect. Would I date her? Well, no, because she's not going to be honest. She's going to live in this place of that she has to be perfect. So she's not going to show me who she really is. She's always going to be the one who has to do right and do the best. And I'm never going to know when she's upset. I'm never going to know anything. And then one day she's going to explode. And I don't know if I want to be there for that. You understand what I'm saying? To get in it. Get in it. So, God, are you there? Somebody's God is. Absolutely. All right. That's it. We can talk about funny stuff, though. We could talk about some funny stuff. I really don't know what. Actually, I thought, so my mother, Julia, put a picture of Ice taking Dora away. And I thought she was going to get canceled. I actually think she's going to get canceled. Jules, you're about to get canceled. How dare? Backpack, 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 backpack. And where was Diego? Wait, I think Diego was American. I don't know. It's funny though. But the internet is vicious. Kendra G, pop the they're probably now on the internet is, I don't know, 300, 500 different versions of Pop the Balloon. It's crazy. You see my eye? I was trying to do something. It's all right, but I do like this. I do like that peacock look. Is it bad? I thought it was funny. Yeah, I was laughing too. I was cracking up. I don't care. The thing is, and I was saying this, and I don't know if you were here earlier, Kevon, that whatever's going to happen is going to happen, regardless if we laugh or not. Those people who are crying, stuff is still happening. Those people who are protesting, stuff is still happening. The people who are praying, stuff is still happening. And the people who are laughing, stuff is still happening. You know, it's kind of like when there's ice outside and you see somebody slip and fall. Some people are like, oh my God, are you okay? Doesn't change the fact that they slipped and fell. Some people are going to be like, quack, 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 quack. They're still hurt. Now, they may be a little embarrassed. I mean, they're going to be embarrassed anyways, regardless if somebody says, oh my God, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I just slipped and fell. Or quack, 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 quack. They may start laughing too. Who knows? The fact is, it's already done. Right? It's already happened. They slipped, fell. So, I've fallen and I can't get... I'm stopped because that's going to be me. So now, oh, Lord, help me. Help me. I'll tell you what, though, there's a lot of layoffs happening. FYI. Just that Kohl's had a bunch of layoffs. Yeah. And some other companies a lot of layoffs. Like 2/3 of the building type layoffs. Like, yeah. So definitely just, you know, it is. I mean, I hate saying that it is what it is, but dang. So Julia says, I posed it as a question. So far, I'm still here. No one's going to cancel you. It doesn't matter. You've lived. You've done the thing. It doesn't matter. I may get canceled someday. Maybe not. All right, we're still here. Still here. We're still here. But everything that really, you know me, you know my heart. It comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of love. And we just have to get to our core. You know, we get to the core of who we are, and that is our brand. So my job is huge on brand building, right? Oh, build your brand, build your brand, build your brand. And I really didn't understand that until recently, what that was. And there are some people who complain 24/7 days a week. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All they do is complain. That is their brand, period. Now, some people like to be around a complainer. Okay, cool. Why? Because they're miserable too. I don't like complainers. I like solution makers. So if you have a problem, come to me with a solution too. You understand? Not just, well, what are you going to do about it? I don't know. I just feel good complaining. I feel good being in this horrible place. All right, cool. And I've had to share with a few people, if you can't say anything good, do not talk to me anymore. And some of those people have absolutely chosen not to speak to me anymore because they were so miserable. They could not find anything good in conversation. So miserable. And I'm that one, I'll let you know, no, I'm not about that life. I don't want that energy in my field at all, whatsoever. I am an action taker and a solution-based member to this society. Well, let's fix it. What are we going to do about it? Not saying that there can't be vents. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Sometimes you need to get stuff off your chest. Let's vent. Okay, cool. You feel better? Yeah, let's go. But don't vent to me about the same stuff. Do not do it, because what are you going to do about it? What you need? You got support? What do you need? Wait, what? You don't want to do anything? Okay, no problem. I'll see you later. I know. It may be cold, but I don't want that energy around me. I like good energy. I like actionable energy. You know, that good light energy, the laughing. Oh my God. We'll be cracking up here at my house. Over crazy stuff. So yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to head out. I'm saying goodbye, first of all, to what is this? The Gram, Insta. And I am still here. Folks, I love you so much for watching. Oh, wait. Same. Don't keep telling me about what you don't like if you ain't going to do something about it. Hey, can we get a... That's what it is. Stop. People they love to complain, and they love to talk about people. Because I'm going to tell you what. There are tons of people who are talking about this administration, whether good or bad, right? The administration before that, people were talking about it. The administration before that, people were talking about it. Well, it's the same administration, right? And the one before that. So maybe it's a human thing, love to talk bad about people. We love it. I don't know. I guess it makes people feel better instead of uplifting people. What does that say? Ooh. Because 9 out of 10 people cannot take accountability. Wow. That's big. That's big. I actually had to do a survey, give some feedback today for some leadership, and that's exactly what I said. My feedback was learn to take accountability. It would make everything so much easier. Yeah, you know what? I messed up. Now let's do this. Cool. Okay. But that lack of accountability will make other people think that they're, and that's the thing about knowing who you are, because then you know you're not crazy, and you know you're not the fault, and you know you're not to blame, shame, and don't feel guilty at all. Know who you are at your core. So then when you have others that don't take accountability, you could just be like, and what disorder do you have? Type of thing. What childhood trauma are you going through that you can't take accountability or can't even see the accountability? Some people see it, right? They know that they need to take responsibility, accountability, but they don't because of shame, blame, guilt, right? They don't want to feel it. But there are some people who have no clue that they even did anything. They're going to talk about whomever. Yes. I love you guys. I love you so much. But I have to go. And I'll be back next Thursday. I said I'm going to try to get on a little bit more often. That hasn't happened yet. But it is coming. Things are changing. I have some surprises coming up. Things are changing in my life, all for the good, all for the good, the good. And I will still continue to learn about who I am every day, get to the core of who I am. So all of this titles and I have to identify myself as this and I have to be this, because one day it could all go in a snap. Go. Find out what healing is needed 100%. So we can all work on that. We can all work on that. I love you all so much. They do. Wait, no, they do this thing. What is this thing? I see the social media people doing. What does that mean? I hope I'm not doing anything crazy. Okay. Anyways, love you. Bye. Bye.